myopusradio.
Something special.
We were just talking about his new album and collaborations and things like that. So you did your first album, I think, was in '98. Was that your first? Elephant Walk? Yeah. How was that experience for you particularly?
Well, that was my first album in my name.
Sure. Okay.
I did play with Charlie and other stuff, but yeah, that was I just went to New York and all my friends were there from Berkeley, and we rehearsrsed once. We played one gig in a club and we recorded for 2 days, or just 2 days, yeah, or 1 day, yeah, maybe one day, yeah, full album, yeah. Because there's just such good musicians that it was all done. Actually, it's just out now. EMI Virgin has taken it and they released it just now, so it's out in the stores. And now also the new album Jhoola, which Jhoola is that's a little bit more not made in a day for sure, because I kind of traveled around, went to the villages, recorded, just met the common people and recorded what they were singing, and then composed around it, produced around that, and came up with something that took much longer time. Places like Ooty, outside Ooty, Goa, Mizoram, Rishikesh, a lot of these places, yeah. So I traveled with just my laptop and a microphone, and I recorded in people's houses, just regular people. So it's beautiful because it's village, it's India, it's village, it's kind of pure, it's innocent, it's absolutely beautiful. So it's special. Jhoola is one of the songs on the track, on the thing, but I used it in the meaning of bridge, because I was trying to. The whole idea of the album was to bridge the city and the village and old and new and and all of the modern, so all of that. So that's why it was called Bridge.
What about your foray into filmdom and Bollywood and composing scores for? Do you want to talk about that? Want to tell us a little about Morning Raga and that whole journey?
Morning Raga, I've done 2 movies, both for Mahesh Dattani. One was Mango Souffle, the second was Morning Raga. I don't live in Bombay. I'm not so interested in pursuing Bollywood to the extent of meeting directors, being in that scene and all of that. So if something comes up, I'll do it. I love scoring movies. Morning Raga, I think, ended up being quite popular and successful, I guess. Yeah, I like doing movies, but someone has to call me. I'm not, actively. Yeah, I'm not out there. I'm not part of the scene. I'm not networking. Maybe I should, but I'm not. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so instead I'm playing gigs, which is also what I like to do, right? That's what I like to do.
What do you think of the current music trend in India specifically? Whether it be fusion or the new bands coming up, new talent, what's yours?
It's great that all that is happening. It wasn't happening many years ago, so that in itself is a positive thing, and it's just that there has been kind of a I wouldn't go so far to say explosion of music, but there has been quite a shift in what's happening in the music scene. Many more bands, many more young people. Even all over the world, there is an interest in Indian music, thanks to even what happened with Jai Ho and Rahman and all that. So it's great, and people are looking this side. Indian music has always been fantastic. So there's more, I guess more people are doing things. So yeah, it's going in the right direction, I think. I mean, it'll take time, like everything else, to get a smooth road that is up to international standards. It takes some time.
And what kind of role do you think the internet has had to play on this? Like there's MySpace, there's Flickr, there's Twitter, there's Facebook, there's internet radio. What do you think?
It's incredible because people can sit now here and be exposed to pretty much everything, right? In terms of music as well, and it just opens up your mind in ways that it didn't when I was here. Only I had to actually physically move out of here to open my mind out like that. But now you can actually, to a good extent, do that. Yeah, so it's fantastic. It's fantastic in that.
You've obviously performed in various different kinds of spaces, from arenas to theatres to places like this, restaurants like Opus. Which is your most preferred space? There was a very crowded table here this evening, which was a bit ruckus for a birthday party or something. How do you deal with a situation like that?
Of course, as a musician playing this kind of music, or I guess any kind of music, is that you prefer definitely to have an audience that listens to your music and are into it and all of that. But it's also reality that many times you play in places where maybe one table is not listening. It doesn't bother me so much because
Did it in the beginning, the first few times you want to go up and smash your guitar on their heads or something?
I wouldn't go so far. Yeah, maybe just on the knees, not. So, but yeah, it's it's okay. It's I think it's a matter of what you're focusing on and what bothers you and what doesn't. And so of course, it's natural. It's okay for some people would get bothered, and that's fine too. But it's okay. That's just how it is.
Any words of advice, words of wisdom to youngsters, to other musicians around the world who might want to do what you're doing?
I think advice for musicians is that first of all you have to absolutely love it more than anything else, and you have to be ready to pretty much do whatever it takes and more. And of course you need to really put in the time to learn your skills. That's what I say, because music is such it comes under the glamour thing that I know a lot of people who that's what one of the reasons they play music. But that is just really such a small part of it. You really need to pay a lot of attention to absolutely being kind of completely into it, having a great amount of skill, because in music, and also to have that much of skill that you can come up with something of your own. That's the main thing. So to be able to do that, you have to really spend a lot of time, in learning your craft and your art, and and once you do that, everything else is, it just so happens, and it'll happen once, the next minute it won't, and then it'll happen, and again it won't, and it'll happen, and so when it's like that, then you need to have the real stuff that is always there, no matter what happens externally. So.
Guitar gurus Amit, Heri and Sanjay Divecha in an interview with Vivek.
myopusradio.